Today we're comparing NVDY versus JEPI to see which ETF is better. So the first thing we're going to break down is the difference in the dividend stats. So let's do that now, and later on we'll look at the stock price in that. But for now, let's go ahead and break down this. So 5 months ago, JEPI paid out 42 cents, and in the most recent month they paid out 33. So I've taken the average of the 5 months and put it here. So on average, JEPI should pay you 0.35, and NVDY has only been out for 4 months, so I only have 4 months of dividends to work off here. So I've just taken the average of the 4, and it's 0.86. So right now, one share of NVDY costs $22.59 and JEPI 55, and every year you should get $10.32, and with JEPI $4.20 per year per share. And with that same math, that means this has a dividend yield of 45%, and JEPI has a dividend yield of 7.6%, but that's not that low when you compare it to the overall market. That's actually really high. But now let's go ahead and look at the differences of the assets under management. So 29.5 and 117 million in the expense ratio. So that's how much they take out every year of your original investment. They take 0.99%. So they take out 1% of everything you invest every year. And over here is 0.35%. So that's where you can kind of see the differences. And now we're actually going to go compare the stock prices. So let's go check that out. Alright guys, so now let's compare the actual price performance of the two ETFs. And at first glance over here, it kind of looks like they've been doing pretty similarly, but when we zoom out to the inception of NVDY, look at this. And this is mostly because they started right when NVIDIA reported that insane earnings, and they went up 10-20%, like as you can see right here. But then when we zoom in and when NVIDIA is not reporting insane earnings, as we can see, JEPI, since right here, has actually outperformed it. So as we can see, NVDY is way more volatile and JEPI is much more safe. And that's really what I think a covered call strategy should be. It should be less volatility than the overall market. But if we look at NVDY, boom, boom, boom. But also keep in mind, they have that insanely high dividend yield that we just looked at. All right, so here we are looking at the stock price of NVDY. Look at the volume over time. It's basically straight up. But more importantly, we're going to check out the different asset allocations. So obviously, NVIDY is just NVIDIA and the call options. But when we go to JEPI, they actually have a ton of different holdings that make up this ETF. So I'm going to just scroll through here. Some you may recognize, some you may not. But these are all large, safe market cap stocks. And what's really cool is some of JEPI's dividend actually comes from the dividend these companies pay. So not all of JEPI's dividend comes straight from the covered call strategy, kind of like NVDY does. And that's also kind of why the differences in the dividend yields, like one is 7 to 8%, while the other one is, well, 40+%, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I really would appreciate if you'd hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And if you look at the number, we're getting pretty close. Also, I make no money off these videos. So if you want to support me, check out the Moomoo app. I made a whole video about it and why you might want to get it. It's better than Webull and Robinhood. So if you want to check that out and support me, check out the video up here and use my link. And I'll see you guys in the next one.